So this is now created the this is the average flow meter and the total flow meter. So those are taking the data from that customer 219. So at the moment the two values are equal because we've only got one customer which is aggregating data up into the ward. And now we'll just go and set the calculations for the analysis flow period. So this is where we're going to be limiting the data to a particular shorter time range, or a customizable time range. So I'm just going to change this actually into a sample array aggregated calculator, because that's what the data type that this is. So we're going to be getting this data here from, sorry, relative item, and this is going to be inverted commas. So this is getting the calculation, the data that we're going to use in this particular calculated item from this one. And I'm going to create a calculation in here which is going to set a start expression of get time from parent item. So it's going to go up to the ward and it's going to get this analysis start time. And if we just copy that and just paste it in here, we're going to get in we're going to finish it off saying we're going to get it for the analysis end time. So that now will basically create us the calculation to do that bit of an analysis. So let's just log off that, or sorry, click off that. And sorry, I've just realized actually we've got an error coming down here, so you actually get an error if the calculation is wrong. I've forgotten to set this to a float sample array aggregator as well. Yep. So this is this is now calculated. It's calculated between. It's actually, you can see it's actually between the 1st of the 1st 2016 to the 31st of the 12th 2018. So these are the properties that are defined here. So if I just do an example and I change that property, we can go up, and this is, if you look at that the shape which is in here, it's just recalculating now. And so now we can see that that's now calculated. By the way, this yellow banding is it's a sort of it tells us that the data is interpolated. So it's a way for us to identify in this client application that data is interpolated. So therefore now I've got basically my three main calculations. I'm not going to do this ward attractiveness. I'm going to leave that to the next video. So now the job is that I'm going to do is I'm going to just halt the video, and I'm just going to go up and I'm going to just add that data into replicate everything that we've just created into these templates, and then that'll get ready for the next part of the video. So what I've just done, I've just gone in and I've just set up all these meters using the calculations that we just created in the actual entities where we'd shown how they worked. So now we've got everything with the customers and the wards all set up with all their calculations that we're going to need for doing the next bit of the analysis. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to go and I think it may be suitable just to import the other 100 sites, just so you can see how it works on the larger import, and then I'll finish this video after that. So this is the data that we're going to import. So now I've got it all in CSV file. I've got 100 customers. And this is all the data, again, exactly the same as the data that we had from the single file, and then we've got the ward data as well. So this is the ward data. So we created 256. So we're going to create all the wards and all the data which is being taken from the census data. So I'm just going to import those. So those have just been imported. So if I go back into the entities, we'll now see that we've got all our 100 customers have now been created. So that's from the imports, the CSV file, and they've all got their meters that we created. And if I go back to the wards, we'll see if they've all created. So 200 out of, yep, so they've all been created as well. So these are all the wards. They've all got their particular properties, and each one has its calculations underneath. So actually what I'm going to also now do, I think it is, while I'm at this point, is to actually add all the raw data, and then we can start seeing it doing its calculations. So if we just go up to the customers, we can see our customers here. and we've got raw data just been imported here. And in fact, if we just if I just do this, if we take this name of this meter and take it up into here, if we just use this now allows us to filter on different parameters. So now I'm going to basically look at all the things called meter flow. So you can basically say, so this has got a meter consumption. So we've got all our underlying data. You can see here it's all being imported at the moment. So those are our 100 customers sets. And MAP is just at the moment going away and starting to calculate all the consumption data as well. So if we look now, we can see that all this particular metered consumption is being calculated. This is the using the all the properties of that particular meter. So if I just take the name of that item, come up into customers, and I'm going to again filter on just that item. So what we're now doing is just filtering. So basically now we can see that we've got all the items have all been calculated. So that's all the 100 meter consumption data sets have been calculated. So I'll just go up into the wards. So what I'm just going to do is look in one of the just to show you how it all works, is look at one of the wards. It's got a few customers that we imported just now, which is it's called Staple Grove. So what we've got here is we've got in Staple Grove, this is our aggregated data. So you can see that those are the values. Average is 0.322 cubic meters, and that's our total flow meter, and that's 4.502, and that's the aggregate of the data, which is has been used for this particular analysis period, which is from the 1st to the 16th through 1st of January 2016 through to the 31st of December 2018. So hopefully this gives you a brief idea of how we can rapidly create entities and create all the customers and all the calculations and all the underlying data structure within MAP. So many thanks for listening. Bye.